Let's quickly go through all the different ways you can send postcards to businesses. We're going to kick off here on the map search page. And once you have a search in here similar to this one where I've looked for plumbers in Denver, Colorado, and I've got a list of different businesses we can see. Whenever I go ahead and click on one of these leads, what we'll see here is a send postcard button right here. And when we open up this screen, oftentimes you're going to see the list of templates that you have. You likely will be able to set it to test mode or live mode. And really just the difference between test mode and live mode is that test mode will give you the ability to see what the postcard is going to look like without actually sending one. And if it's in live mode, it's gonna fire that postcard off, and it's gonna go ahead and actually go all the way through the mail, get printed and sent out. So it's really simple. Once I have the postcard that I want to be able to send them, I'll go ahead and click that here. Something to keep in mind is there's three types of postcard templates, and you may have access to all of them. You may only have access to a custom postcard template, but in areas of the platform where it makes sense and you can send, for example, a custom postcard template or a reputation, review management template, then they'll be available. But for example, like you can't send a site builder template because we didn't necessarily build a website for this business and the other part of the product. And so you won't see site builder templates available in your list of templates. And I'll go ahead and keep going from here and show you a little bit more. So that's one of the ways that we can send a postcard. Another way we can send postcards to, the same type of list here is we could switch over to list view. And if we were to pick another thing here, like say movers in Chicago, you could see we have 80 businesses on this particular list. And what you can do is you can quickly, select all of them and then go ahead and send a postcard. Now, one of the things about this particular one is we do look and say, hey, you're going to select 90 or 80 of them, but what we figured out is that 9 of them don't actually have a mailing address. So we take those out of the list. And then you just check this box saying that you understand you're going to be sending and using 71 credits. So when you go ahead and click continue, you'll notice that the templates here are less than the page before. And also I've lost the ability to move it from live mode and test mode. But the thing to understand on this page is that only live mode templates are available. And once you have this thing ready to go, you can go ahead and click send postcard. And as soon as you send that postcard, it's going to be going out to all of these businesses that we selected that have an address, which would be 71, here in total. Another great way to do this is if we were looking for something really specific, say reputation management, we went from 80 down to 14. And what we can do is we can select those 14 and then send a postcard to just those 14 businesses. In this case, all 14 have an address, and you're going to see that, when we hit continue, I'd be looking for a reputation management postcard right here, which I don't have in live mode, but if I did, then I would click send and we would send out 14 postcards, to this cohort of data. All right, moving along, there's a couple different ways that we can also send a postcard. Let's just say though, you know of a particular business and you want to send a postcard, directly to that business. Then you can come into the find a business page. And once you start typing, I've already got a few things saved here. So I'm going to pick on one that I've already know. And right here, we can also send them a postcard. And again, it'll give us basically custom postcards and reputation or review management postcards, but we won't be able to do a site builder postcard, through this part because again, that's limited to just in the site builder. But that would give you the ability to pick a single business and send it off. And obviously picking the different type of postcard that you'd want to send along. And then finally, we did create sending a single postcard to any US address. Keep in mind, this will only be available for custom postcard types. And, you'd be able to pick any, and it has to be set in live mode, but any postcard that's set in live mode, you just type in the person's name or the business name and then the address where the postcard is going. Choose which custom template you want to use that is in live mode, and then go ahead and hit send postcard, and it'll be off, out, and in the mail. Now, any postcards that you do send are right here. And if you remember, you can track all the statuses. So you'll know when they've received it, if it's being produced, when it gets delivered, all of those things. And just ease of use here, we can, see, what postcards we sent in a specific given time period. We can see the different types of postcards that we sent and narrow it down by that. You can view the postcard that was sent. And then of course, mine is all test data. So I don't really have any fun postcard statuses to show you, but you can also filter by postcard status. And then of course, see the total postcards that you sent based off the filters that you've created. Hopefully that is helpful. Yeah. And if you need any further assistance on postcards, don't hesitate to reach out. Always happy to help.